Coming up here in just a second, we'll visit with Dr. Victoria Ramirez with the Bullock, Texas State History Museum, which if you've never been to that museum, it's a beautiful museum, great museum for everyone to go and see. And if you've been to Austin and you've skipped out on the museum, shame on you. You should go by today. And joining me right now, Dr. Victoria Ramirez, here live from the Capitol in Representative John Frullo's office. And welcome to the show.
Thank you, Chad. Glad to be here.
Well, glad to have you on the show, the Bullock, Texas State History Museum. Tell our listeners a little bit about the museum and why they need to go.
Happy to. So the Bob Bullock Texas State History Museum is the state's official history museum. We show exhibitions, films, programs that celebrate both the history of Texas and Texas culture. We are a terrific destination here in Austin, located just a few blocks from the Capitol in what's called Austin's Capitol Complex. And what we like to say, even though we do celebrate history, is that there is something new to see all the time at the museum. What a lot of people don't realize is we have artifacts from Texas history, and at any given time can have anywhere upwards of 500 original artifacts from history on view at the museum, and that's in addition to special exhibitions and films and programs.
That's very cool. I was speaking to someone earlier who said about once a year, at least once a year he goes and lives here, and he goes, and because every single time there is something new. I mean, this is a museum that, it continues to change things out because, again, I'm sure you get, just tons of visitors every single year and a lot of people who will want to go every year and that they make the trip to Austin.
Yeah, that's very true. We love to hear that people come to us once a year, but certainly we're a destination where you can come several times a year and experience different things.
What are some of the exhibits right now that y'all have going?
We have a really fun exhibition on roller derby. A lot of people don't know, but roller derby actually came to be right here in Austin, and there are over 47 leagues throughout the state of Texas.
Wow.
So hundreds and hundreds of roller girls skating throughout Texas, and certainly thousands and thousands of fans. So we have a great exhibition that shows the history of roller derby and what it is today. But I have to say, our signature exhibition that's on view right now is of the shipwreck LaBelle, and we're calling it the ship that changed history. I'd love to tell you a little bit more about it. Sure. So, LaBelle was a shipwreck that was found in Matagorda Bay off the coast of Texas in the mid-90s, about the same time that our then Lieutenant Governor Bob Bullock was envisioning the museum. When he heard of the shipwreck, he said, we have to have that in the Texas State History Museum. So here we are, 20-some years later, and the shipwreck is actually in the museum. It's a fascinating story that started about 300 years ago in France, when the King of France sent ships over to what is now Texas to find the silver mines that the Spanish were interested in. And what happened was really just a big tragedy, because not only did one of the ships that came over here sink, and that would be the ship called LaBelle, but the explorer who headed up the expedition, LaSalle, was even murdered. So it's a terrific soap opera of a story from 300 years ago.
Wow.
What's equally exciting with our exhibition, however, is we not only talk about the ship and have 1/3 of the ship's hull on view at the museum. In fact, we are putting the ship together. It comes in over 600 pieces, and we're putting it together in front of museum visitors. But we also have the artifacts, the cargo that was on the ship. Over 1 million pieces of cargo were on the ship. We don't have all of them on view at the museum, but we do have a really nice selection. And so when visitors come in, they can hear about the shipwreck from the 1680s, and then also hear about the excavation in the 1990s, and I should say also the conservation that took place at Texas A&M University at their Marine Archaeology Lab.
That's great. And so you are putting the ship together in front of everybody.
So initially, La Belle, the ship, was supposed to be carried over across the ocean on another ship and assembled when it got to its destination. What happened, however, is LaSalle realized he needed more space. He had a lot of cargo, a lot of things he wanted to bring over, lots of weapons. And so he said, let's put the ship together in France and we'll sail it over. That's been very fortunate for us because when the shipwreck was found in the 1990s, each timber, each piece of that hull had been numbered and identified. So like a giant puzzle, it could be easily put together. Typically what museums would do is they would put that ship together behind the scenes and then present it to the public. We thought, however, wouldn't it be interesting for the public to see how we're putting the ship together? And so Wednesday through Saturday, we have conservator, curators, and museum experts putting the ship together.
That's great.
And they'll be doing that through May.
That's great. That's great. We're speaking with Dr. Victoria Ramirez. She's the director, the Bullock, Texas State History Museum, and it's just right down the street from us, right here next to the Capitol. And tell folks if they're planning a trip to Austin, they want to take in the museum. How much time should someone dedicate to the museum and going? Because, I mean, there's so much to see. There's so many things to do. You could probably spend really a couple of days going through there. But what's a good, time to kind of set aside?
That's true. That's true, Chad. I would say a few hours. When you come to the Bullock Museum, there are several things you can do. You can walk through our permanent galleries. You can see the story of Texas. You can walk through our temporary exhibitions, see La Belle, see roller derby. You can go to an IMAX film. We have terrific documentary films. Many of them are in 3D, which is great fun. And really appropriate for families. So families can come in and right now we're showing a documentary on whales. And then we also have a spirit theater where it's actually a 4D theater. So it's has all the 3D effects, and then the 1D is more atmosphere and environmental kind of effects with shaking seats and mist in the air and that kind of thing. Yeah. So if a family or anybody wanted to do all of that, you'd need at least a few hours. And, of course, we always encourage shopping and eating at the museum.
Absolutely. Tell folks how they can get more information on the museum.
Please visit our website. If you go to our website at thestoryoftexas.com, you'll see all the information that anybody would need to know about visiting the museum. We're open 7 days a week. I should also say, if you search out on our website the La Belle exhibition, you'll be able to see live footage of our conservators putting the hull together in the galleries. And then I should mention our Texas Story Project, which is a terrific new initiative that we've started where Texans from throughout the state can contribute their stories of history, can share their own artifacts from history, really to create a very, in many ways, the most comprehensive look of Texas history from across the state. So I hope visitors will not only visit us virtually, but certainly come see us at the museum.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate your time today. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello, and good luck with everything going on at the museum.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Hope to see you there, Lubbock.